Welcome. This is a series of 10 classes for working with the different parts of the human system, the 10 bodies from Kundalini Yoga. Today, we're working with the second mental body, the third body overall, the positive mind. As you work with this series, you could do them in order, you could do them all over the place. All of our bodies are interacting with each other. You could listen to the beginning of these and see if there's a particular body that you need to strengthen or balance. So today we're working with the positive mind. We have three minds: the negative mind, the positive mind, and the neutral mind. We talked about the negative mind in the last video. Think of it as protective, as something clearing out thoughts that are unnecessary. And this positive mind is the opposite. It just, whatever information comes through the negative mind, whatever gets filtered through, it tries to find evidence that that's true. It tries to support that information. It's just like an amplifier. It expands certain ideas and certain thoughts. So if one of the thoughts that comes through is, I'm not good enough, then a strong positive mind might try to find a bunch of ways that you're not good enough. If the thought that comes through the negative mind is, I'd be really great at that, then the positive mind will find a bunch of ways to support that. What we want to find in all of these is balance. So we want to find a balance between the negative mind and the positive mind. So all of these practices will help to balance that. Okay. Hello. We're going to get started by tuning in, and we'll do a set of exercises called the Positive Mind Kriya for Achievement. And then we'll do a meditation specifically to build the positive mind. So if you feel down about yourself, if you feel depressed, the positive mind is a good thing to strengthen because it'll help lift your attitude and your mood. So find a comfortable seat and close your eyes. Start to connect with your breath. We're going to bring the palms together and start rubbing the palms. Starting to build the energy in our hands. The palms come and rest in front of the chest. Letting the thumbs touch the heart center, elbows out to the side. We're going to tune in with the opening mantra, Ong Namo Gurudev Namo, chanting 3 times. Close the eyes, take a deep breath in. Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Take a nice deep full breath in. Hold the breath in, press the palms, relax the shoulders down, focus the mind by focusing the eyes up at the point in between the eyebrows, starting to gain control of these 3 minds, being able to focus them, using the eye gaze, the drishti. And through the nose, exhale. Take another deep, full breath in. And exhale, let the hands come down onto the knees. So I'm going to start by warming up the spine, opening up the hips with some Sufi grinds. So using your hands, grab onto your knees, really hold onto the knees, not just resting on them, but grab onto them. We're going to start to circle the spine around in one direction. So heart comes forward, go over to one side, round yourself back, go to the other side, and then come forward. And if you can, just close your eyes here and start to use this exercise to both warm up the body, but also start to bring your attention into your internal experience. You can inhale as you come forward and exhale as you come back, breathing nice, deep breaths as you move. Good, really good. Come forward and then start to go the other direction. Start to circle the other way around. Deepening the breath a little bit more as you also start to warm up your breath and build the capacity of your breath as you move and circle the organs and the lungs around. Good. Inhale the spine tall, sit up nice and tall. Feel the top of the head lifting up. Hold the breath in for a moment. Exhale, release the breath. Go ahead and extend your legs out in front of you. You can shake the legs out a little bit, stretch the legs out. You want to sit on the edge of a cushion or a blanket or anything that'll help have you sit up nice and tall. You have your legs straight out in front of you. Bring the legs together. Bring the toes towards your face, flexing the feet a little bit. Bring your arms up overhead. Have the palms facing towards each other. Try to get the elbows straight. Inhale here. Exhale, come into a fold over your legs, trying to reach your hands beyond your feet if possible. And then inhale, come back sitting up tall. So this is your inhale. Exhale, coming down into that fold over the legs. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Beautiful. Getting into the stretch in the backs of both those legs, opening up the space around you with your arms, opening up the lungs with those arms up over the head. Nice big breaths. Good. Just 20 more seconds here. Good. Inhale up, reach up even taller this time. Reach up, reach up, reach up. And this time sweep the arms down to the side as you exhale. Sweep the arms down. Let the hands touch the ground for a second. Let the hands come onto the thighs. Just take a few breaths. We're always building two things in Kundalini Yoga. One is your vitality with the movement, with the powerful breathing. And the other is your awareness. So a lot of times we'll take pauses in between the exercises so you can just feel what's happened, what's shifted for me doing those two exercises. We're going to come back into easy pose, coming into a position with the legs crossed. You can sit up tall on whatever pillow or prop you have. We're going to start to roll the shoulders. One shoulder is going to come forward and the other is going to come back. Okay, so just pick which one you want to roll forward and one come back and kind of do this little fancy. Comes forward, one comes back. I'm going to open up the shoulders. Keep the chin in. Don't let the chin come up. That's the tendency. Roll one shoulder forward and one shoulder back. Try to keep the head in the same place, the neck in the same place, just moving those shoulders. Good. Now pay attention to what you're doing and do the opposite. So whatever shoulder is going forward, let it go back. And whatever shoulder is going back, let it go forward. A little bit of brain work, even with this physical movement, figuring out which shoulder is moving which way. Once you've got it, just close your eyes and feel into it. Breathe into it. Find how the breath works with this movement. We'll get a little bit deeper into that stretch. Okay, now inhale. I want you to squeeze both shoulders up to the ear. Squeeze them up, 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 up. Get them up nice and high. Hold them up. Hold the breath in. Squeeze. We're going to let it go in 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Drop the shoulders down and left. Again, close the eyes and just notice if you feel a little bit more open, a little bit more spacious from moving those shoulders. Okay, great. Okay, now we've got a little bit of a tricky hand position with our legs. So I'm going to go into explanation of this. So basically what you're going to do is be sitting down with your left leg extended out and the bottom of your right foot on the thigh, right? Getting that heel up as high as you can. On your left foot, you're going to take your index finger and middle finger and wrap it around your big toe if possible. So you can reach that far, can't reach that far, just grab somewhere on the leg and press the thumb into the top of the big toe, okay? Then you're going to take your right hand and you're going to reach and bring it underneath your left and grab the outside of the right foot, okay? So left leg is nice and long as you can get it. Right arm is wrapped around it. Left index finger and middle finger are wrapped around the big toe. You're gonna hold this, bring your spine as straight as you can, lifting up the heart, bringing the heart towards the foot, feeling that big stretch in the left side and the life nerve, and then start breath of fire. Start to pump the breath in and out of the nose with breath of fire. Good. Feeling that stretch in the back of the left leg. If it starts to open up and get a little more flexible, you can see we can extend that leg out further if you have it bent. But keep your breath nice and steady. So it's a breath of fire, rapid breath in and out through the nose, even breath in and out through the nostrils, using the solar plexus, the navel to pump the breath. Good. Inhale deeply. Stretch a little bit deeper into that stretch. Exhale, release. We're going to switch and go to the other side. So the right leg comes long now. Have the toes pointing in towards the face. Bring the bottom of the left foot onto the right thigh. Index finger and middle finger of the right hand grab the big toe of the right foot. Thumb presses on the top. Reach under with the left and grab the outside of the foot. And then again, start your breath of fire. You can stare at your toe. So feel your heart moving towards your feet and look at your toe. Look at your big toe. Breath of fire. Make it a little bit deeper if you can. Feel that stretch. Good. Inhale even deeper into that stretch. Feel that big stretch in the back of the leg. And exhale, release. Go and extend both legs out. I'm going to come into a squat. So what I want you to do is, if you're like me and your hips, your heels come off of the ground when you squat down. When I squat down, I want my feet a little bit wider than hips distance. When I squat down, my heels lift up because I have a little bit of tighter hips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blanket, I'm going to take my yoga mat, roll my yoga mat, whatever I have, I'm going to put it underneath my heels so that I have some support on my heels when I'm in this squatting position, in this crow squat, okay? So we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back. We're going to start standing up, and then we're going to come down into that squat, okay? So inhale, standing up. Exhale, come down. Up and down. Hands are interlaced behind the back. See if you can relax the shoulders down the back. Keep that heart lifted as much as you can as you move in and out of this squatting position. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Good. Think sit back, get those hips, get the weight back. That's why we wanted that weight in those heels, so you're not afraid to sit back, so you don't have the knees going too far forward. So use the support of whatever your heels are on to press the weight into the back of the body. Ten seconds. Good. Inhale, come standing up. Stretch those arms behind you. Reach them nice and straight. Feel that opening across the shoulders and the chest. Exhale, relax. Go ahead and come sitting back down in the easy pose. Come into a cross-legged position, sitting with the legs crossed, sitting on your cushion, sitting on your mat. Just find a comfortable seat. Okay. Hands are going to hold onto the knees. We're going to start to move the shoulders together now. So we isolated them. Move both shoulders forward. Roll both shoulders at the same time. Again, keeping the head in the same position. Don't let the head bobble around. Don't let the chin pop up. Keep the chin. Just start to roll both shoulders forward. Closing your eyes. Breathing into this movement. Breathing into this opening in the shoulders. But start to go the other way. Start to roll backwards now. Roll the shoulders backwards, moving together. Head and the neck in the same position. Ooh, snap, crackle. Open it all up. Let all that tension in the shoulders open. Breathe through it. Nice big breaths in and out through the nose, supporting you, relaxing. Good. Inhale, squeeze those shoulders up to the ears. Squeeze them up just like we did in the other shoulder exercise. Squeeze the shoulders up. Hold the breath in. Squeeze them up, squeeze them up, squeeze them up. Hold them up. Keep them up. Get up as high as you can. Exhale, let them drop. Relax. Just breathe and witness. You're going to come onto your back for this next exercise. So coming down, laying down on your back. Your arms will be by your side. Your palms will be facing down, just to the sides of your hips. So start here on the back. Straighten out your legs. Bring your toes in towards your face. Have the legs right next to each other, and then lift the legs up as close to 90 degrees as you can, and then hold it there. So both legs are trying to point up towards the ceiling. As much as you can get them to point up. Your legs might go through all different kinds of things. They might shake a little bit. That's great. Feel your heels pushing up towards the ceiling. Feel your toes coming in towards your face, and start breath of fire. Try to pump the belly in and out, in and out, in and out. Hands can just relax by the side. Breath of fire, legs at 90 degrees. Good, get those legs a little bit straighter for the last 10 seconds. Inhale, feel the heels reaching up towards the ceiling. And exhale, slowly return the legs back down to the ground and just relax on your back for a moment. Take a few breaths here on your back. The arms just relax. A few more exercises, and then eventually we'll be coming down here on the back to relax. Gonna bring those knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the knees, squeeze the knees in, rock up and down. We're coming back up into a seated position. Coming into a cross-legged easy pose. Move your arms out in front of you. Palms are facing towards each other. They're not touching, but they're out in front of you. Think about shoulder distance apart. They're up here, and then you take them down to 60 degrees. So it's inhale up to 60 degrees, exhale down to 60 degrees. So you can find those perfect angles of 60 degrees. This would be 0 degrees, 30 degrees, this would be 60 degrees. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Moving with the breath, keeping the elbows as straight as possible, closing the eyes. But 20 more seconds. Good. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, relax the arms down. Rest. Okay, great. We're gonna come standing up for our next exercise. Do a little heart opener. So I want your feet to be as close together as possible. Hopefully the big toes are pressing. The outsides of your feet can be parallel to each other. So it might be that your heels are a little separate. Really press into your toes, press into the balls of your feet, press into your heels. Bring the hands together in prayer pose, and then lift the arms up over your head, straight up overhead, and then start to come into a backward bend, lifting your heart up towards the ceiling. You're going to hold this slight backward bend, lifting the heart for yourself, and do breath of fire here. So pumping the belly in and out as you hold this position, leaning back and opening the heart. Chin should stay in just a little bit so that the neck is in alignment with the rest of the spine. So don't just drop the head back. Really feel the opening in the upper spine behind the heart. But see if you can hold that opening this whole time. Your body knows how long we've been doing each of these exercises. We've been doing each of them about a minute. So don't let your body skip out early because it knows the end is coming. You got 15 more seconds left. Get a little bit deeper. But inhale, find your max capacity, your biggest backward bend. And then exhale, release, drop the arms down by the side. Take a few breaths here. We're coming back onto our back. So laying down on your back. Our set has been really building to this exercise. One of the things what we want to do to build our positive mind is to build our navel center, to build the strength of our navel center. So this exercise is going to help with that. So you're laying down on your back, you're going to reach your arms up in the air. The palms are going to be facing towards each other. So palms are reaching up to the ceiling, fingers are reaching up towards the ceiling. You're going to lift your left leg up to about a 60-degree angle. So it's up pretty high. And your right leg up to 12 inches, so about a foot from the ground. And then you're going to switch that, okay? We're going to be here for 1 minute. I want you to do your best with it. Keep the knees as straight as possible. One knee's up at 60 degrees, the other is at about a foot from the ground, and then you switch. So the legs never come down, but you're kind of moving both the legs up and down in the air. Great. Feel that big, strong pressure at the navel, the center core, and keep going. Really good. You're already halfway through. Good, last 10 seconds. And relax. Relax both legs down. You can bring both knees into the chest. We've got one more exercise left. So rock yourself up and down, coming all the way into a tabletop position or like a crawling position. So it's like you're crawling, gonna come crawling on the ground. Have your hands right underneath your shoulders, your knees right underneath your hips. We're gonna really press into the fingers and the finger pads. Tuck the toes and start to lift your hips up. You're going to come up into triangle pose, similar to downward facing dog, but the distance between your hands and your feet is a little bit closer. So hips are reaching up towards the sky. Your eyes are going to stay open, and I want you to look at that navel, that core that you just worked. So staring at the navel point, just below the belly button, keeping your mental focus there. We're going to finish with this breath exercise. It's 4 sniffs in through the nose to find your fullest breath. So sniff, 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 and then 1 out through the nose. So 4 parts in, 1 part out. 4 parts in, 1 part out. Sniff, 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 and then exhale. So keep going with that pattern. Eyes are focused at the navel. Hips are lifted into the sky. Press into your fingers and your finger pads. Try to get the weight out of the wrists. And let this breath and this inversion calm your mind. And just take 1 big inhale in and 1 big exhale out. And start to bend the knees on your next inhale. And start to come down. And then make your way all the way down and flip onto your back. Come and lay down on your back for the relaxation. So once you come laying on your back, have your palms facing up to the side. Let your feet fall open. You want to cover yourself up, especially if you're worried you're going to get cold. I want you to be nice and warm during the relaxation. Just let your whole body relax.
Guru
Take a nice deep breath in to your belly and your chest. And a full, complete breath out. And starting to move your fingers and your toes and circling your hands on the wrists and circling your feet on the ankles, going both directions, finding some nice big stretches in the hands and the feet. And then reach the arms up overhead, push through the heels, do a nice big full body stretch for the whole body grow nice and long, the spine grow long. Bring the knees into the chest and wrap the arms around the knees, squeeze the knees in. Keep the right knee into the chest, extend your left leg long. With the right knee, bring the left hand onto the right knee and help guide that right knee up and over to the left gently, bringing your right arm out to the side and looking over to the right if that feels okay in your neck. A few breaths here. Or switch and go over to the other side. So right leg comes long, left knee comes in. Cat stretch to the other side. Left knee up and over to the right. Reach over to the left. Look over to the left with your head. Some nice deep breaths here. And when it feels like you've evened yourself out, come back to center. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Rub the bottoms of the feet. Rub the hands. And then bring your knees into your chest and rock up and down the spine and come into a comfortable seat. Okay, so we're going to do this meditation for the positive mind. Some of the gifts of the positive mind are optimism, a good sense of humor, and a playful spirit. So if you want to be more playful, more optimistic, more self-confident, we want to build the strength of the positive mind. We're going to use this mudra in both hands, where the index finger and the middle finger are together and extended. The thumb holds down the ring finger and the pinky finger. The palms are facing forward, and you want to have that not pointing straight up, but at about a 30-degree angle from vertical. So basically, it's just like those 60-degree angles we've been working with, right? So this was 0, 30, 60. And we have another 30 degrees up all the way, but we want to go out, okay? So fingers are pointing a little bit forward. You're going to pull your elbows and your shoulders back a little bit, but not so much that it's uncomfortable, okay? Just pulling them back so the heart's lifted and the heart's coming forward. The fingers are pointing forward. We're going to use a mantra for this. The mantra is Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. 4 parts. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. We're going to chant this mentally, okay? So you're going to chant it in your mind. You're not going to chant it out loud. And your eyes are going to be focused here at the point in between your eyebrows, and that's where you're going to pulse this sound, okay? So you're not going to say anything out loud, but you're going to mentally pulse Sa, Ta, Na, Ma at the point in between your eyebrows to really start to focus your mind. Sa means infinity, Ta means life, Na means death, and Ma means rebirth. So it's the things that your cells, your body's already going through. We're just acknowledging this cycle, and we're connecting with these very primal sounds and using them to focus the mind so that we can come into this more optimistic, self-confident self. So come back into this position. Hold this position, close the eyes. With the eyes closed, lift the eye gaze up to the point in between the eyebrows. So there might be a little bit of strain you'll feel on the nerves controlling the eyes, but we want that. And you want to focus up at that third eye center and start to chant the mantra mentally. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Like you're beaming a laser. Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. At the point in between the eyebrows. Just keep going. Your own pace, your breath is relaxed. It'll just become relaxed as you do this. And you just hold this focus, concentrating both your eyes, your mind at this point. You want to get control over the mind. You might feel a little itchy. You might feel a little bit like you want to get out of this. But go through that. See if you can have the commitment to make it through that point. So you can find the ease, the peace, the projection, the optimism on the other side. Concentrate. Last minute. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now make a fist, open, close, open, close the hands. Breathe naturally, just open and close the hands. And then relax the hands down onto the thighs, close the eyes. Just meditate in silence. Notice if your mind is clearer, is calmer. Notice if you feel any different in your body. Right, and to close, we'll bring the hands into prayer pose. We can combine those sounds of sa, ta, na, ma into sat, nam. Chanting along sat and a short nam. Sit up nice and tall, press the palms. Take a deep breath in. Sat, nam. Sat, nam. Sat, nam. Bringing the thumbs up to the third eye and bowing forward. So on. Okay, so we will continue with this series to next week. Next Sunday will be the neutral mind, which is a very important part of our minds. So we'll work with that. I'll give you some special tools for connecting with your neutral mind, for strengthening and balancing the neutral mind. And then if you'd like to join me on Wednesday evenings, I'm going to start my Breathe course, where we'll do a 40-day practice where you'll practice at home with an audio recording, guiding you through a practice. And then we'll meet every Wednesday, starting on Wednesday, January 25th for 6 weeks. And that's from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And each class is a little bit of practice. We do a group discussion. We talk about the practice that you have at home, how you can stay committed to that, how you can develop that at-home practice. And we talk about different breath exercises that help you to relax, that help you to fall back asleep, that help you to clear your mind, so that you really understand how your breath supports you. So that'll start